So today I was reading this interesting article right here, and in it was kind of describing how dinosaur designs in movies and shows and books and things like that have kind of stayed stationary since Jurassic Park released. And I thought it was an interesting read, and I definitely agree with a lot of the points that were made in it. So, what it talks about is kind of like the making of Jurassic Park, why they chose to go the way that they did with a lot of their designs. And it talks about something that I have always believed is that they tried to be as scientifically accurate for the movie as possible. Now, they did take a lot of creative liberties, and they even mentioned this with the Dilophosaurus. But for the most part, a lot of the dinosaurs matched up to what we believe they look like at the time that that movie was being made. And the same can definitely be true for the other two films in the Park trilogy. But then everything kind of stopped from there. In a lot of ways, they kind of went backwards. And that's really what I want to talk about. I think that modern dinosaur designs play it too safe, and in a lot of ways play it too boring. Now, there's not a lot of dinosaur content out there. We don't get a lot of shows, we don't get a lot of movies. For the most part, Universal kind of has a chokehold on dinosaurs as a whole because they of course have the Jurassic franchise, and that's pretty much what set the standard. And whenever there is something new, you can tell that it's been inspired from that. And that's really unfortunate because, dinosaurs are more than just Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. It's a franchise that I absolutely love, but a lot of times I think we just need to move past that. And that's something that this article talks about, quite a bit. With modern movies, you could tell that whenever they have dinosaurs, it's clearly been influenced by Jurassic Park or World, which, like I said, were accurate for the time, but aren't accurate anymore. And so those portrayals are, of course, outdated. Now, sometimes you'll get a design that is quite different from one that showed up in Jurassic Park, but a lot of times, usually with the raptors, and it mentions this in the article, but usually when you see a raptor, it looks just like Jurassic Park. And, that even happened in Fortnite. There's Jurassic Park raptors, basically. And that makes sense. That it's a really influential franchise on movies as a whole. So of course there's going to be a lot of inspiration taken from that. But a lot of times I think we need to move past that. I think we need to get to the point where we're starting to design our own dinosaurs for our own movies, our own shows, our own games. There's a lot of games out there that do, but you get what I'm saying. And now, as I said, I think there's a lot of ways that we're going backwards with this. For the most part, when dinosaurs show up on screen, it's to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible. And so they kind of monsterize the dinosaurs essentially. And what I mean by that is like giving them these really gnarly features like osteoderms, which the vast majority of dinosaurs did not have osteoderms. Like the crocodilian backs, if you're confused as to what that is. That's something that's popped up a lot in the World trilogy. That's something that I think that maybe they've started, or it probably started all the way back with King Kong 2005. Um, but they're giving that to like every theropod dinosaur nowadays. It shows up like they always have osteoderms, and that's to make them as look as cool as possible, look as scary as possible, and to really just get butts and seats. As far as the rest of the design goes, it's always generic. It's always kind of boring. It's sometimes with certain movies it fits. Like with 2005 King Kong, it definitely fit. It was an evolved T-Rex. They're evolved dinosaurs in general, so of course they're going to look different. And creatively, that looked really good. But with other dinosaur movies and shows, you don't really have those same excuses. Like 65 is a good example. It, of course, applies the osteoderms, and their dinosaurs just look interesting and boring, essentially. Their dinosaurs are extremely boring. They are all really gray, just like really dull colors. And if you look through the fossil record, there's a ton of interesting looking dinosaurs, weird looking dinosaurs, a lot of cool things that can pop up on screen that don't have to look like a movie monster and can still appeal to a wider audience. Like seriously, we understand a lot about dinosaurs now. We know that there's a lot of them that had crests. There's a lot of them that had extra tissue on them. A lot of them were probably brightly colored. Of course, feathers are present on quite a bit of them. There's a lot of things that you can do as far as creativity goes and kind of creating your own dinosaur that, could, I don't know, for lack of a better term, be the next Jurassic Park. But that's not something that you ever see. Once again, it's always applying like dinosaurs that look like they're from Jurassic Park or from Jurassic World, or just making them look just like monsters. And you either get one of those spectrums. You don't really get anything that's obviously inspired from our scientific advancements or anything within that realm. And this article also brings this up. In the past, they've always kind of like looked at what our perception of dinosaurs at the time is. You know, with old movies like The Valley of Guanji or The Lost World, those are what dinosaurs looked like at the time. Yes, it's incredibly outdated now, and they don't look like that at all now. But at the time, that's what they looked like. And I'm sure some creative liberties were taken, but for the most part, it matched up pretty well, all the way up until Jurassic Park, and that's exactly what Jurassic Park did. Again, with creative liberties. But nowadays, you don't get that. It's all stuck in the past. It's stuck with old dinosaurs that we're used to, that we're comfortable with, that they know will attract an audience because it's already proven to be popular in the Jurassic franchise. And so all I can really say is that I hope that we eventually move past that. I hope that we can actually get unique looking dinosaurs. And I'm not necessarily saying that they have to be 100% accurate like Jurassic Park did it. They had decently accurate dinosaurs with some creative liberties. And, movies are meant for entertainment. So if you need to take some creative liberties, that is 100% fine. But, having an attempt to be a little bit more accurate, as well as adding a lot of cool flares, making them making them more than just a gray blob, then I think it could go a long way in presenting your dinosaurs to the public. And not even dinosaurs. There's a lot of cool prehistoric animals in general. There's a lot of things that you can use for your movies. It doesn't just have to be dinosaurs. But before I start rambling on, I'll go ahead and end it here. What are your guys' thoughts on this subject? Are you fine with the current style that most dinosaur portrayals have, or do you want to move past that and actually get new styles, the new Jurassic Park, if you will? So be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, apologies for the mic quality. I'm pretty sure it's bad right now. I've had to resort back to one of my old lav mics. I am currently on the market for a new microphone, so hopefully the audio quality will be fixed within the next few videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.